What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. So it is time to do the recap on the 92 Civic hatch. So on this one, I'm a little disappointed. My plan was originally to take this to import face-off, but my son didn't tell me it was having problems, which he didn't cause. It's just age. So on the hatch, this is a known Honda problem. I guess they're OBD1 ECUs. After about 20 to 30 years, they start to have issues where not the resistors, but the capacitors inside them start to go bad. They do sell a kit where you can replace them as a preventative measure, but I never did, for the simple fact that I never really drove the car and I never thought it was going to be an issue. But he drove the car constantly, especially when his his 2018 Civic Si was down, and then when he broke the Sylvia, the S13. So he was driving the hell out of the hatch, and it was having a problem. And he didn't say anything. He tried fixing himself, thinking it was the main relay, but it wasn't. So when I went over there to look at the S13, I looked at the hatch and saw that problem, and we were able to get to my house, so it is here. But with the issue it's having, I don't think I'm going to make import face-off. So I'm going to turn the camera around and just kind of show you guys what is happening with the hatch. Okay, so I know it's not much light in here, but here is my original ECU. It has Honda, it has boost by gear. What else is in this thing? Oh, it's got the coil on plug conversion. So I'm gonna turn the key on and kind of show you guys what happens. Let's get in here. Oh, didn't do it this time. So it is priming the fuel pump. So what'll happen is, and it don't do it every time. Well, it don't do it every time now, especially since I replaced all the capacitors, but it still is showing the problem. But what will happen is the check engine light will stay on solid. It won't prime the fuel pump. I replaced all the capacitors inside the ECU. Here is a extra ECU I had that was for another project that I got rid of many years ago. But so these here are the capacitors. So let's see if I'm trying to get this to focus. There's one here, so there's 8 total. One here, 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 here. And what'll happen is they'll pop and start leaking, and then they'll leak a little acid on the board, and that's what messes up the board. This ECU was already chipped for, I don't know, at the time it was going to be a CRX. So I chipped this ECU for a CRX, just an all motor setup, and I ended up getting rid of the card, and I just kept the ECU. Because I parted it out. So I got rid of the car by itself, and then I sold the engine by itself. But to do all the Honda stuff, it's easier to do it with a already non-chipped ECU, because you got to remove all this stuff in here for the Honda board to fit. So what I'm going to do is try to find another virgin ECU, and then preferably like a PO6 or something like that, because it should be cheaper. I looked up the P28s, and people want like $300-400 just for a virgin one. And I'm like, yeah, forget that. These ECUs used to be $100 back in the day. So what I'm going to do is just find a virgin PO6, convert it to VTEC, set it up for the Honda, set it up for the coil on plug, all that stuff. But like I said, it doesn't do it every single time. This was a backup ECU for me to test to make sure it wasn't nothing else going on. And I can't start the car with this, but I can, make sure everything primes and does what it's supposed to do with that ECU over my Honda, because I have 1300 cc injectors and stuff like that, and I don't have the tuning software for that one anymore. So, but since it does prime the fuel pump, I think I'm going to move it out. Quick little update on this one real quick. Next recap is on this. One thing about having a truck is it always becomes a little storage bin when you need it. So since I need to make room real quick for the hatch, all this was in my single car garage side, so I just threw it in the back of here real quick. But This one I'm about to actually clean out this morning and take it for a little ride for breakfast. And then I think I might film it too. I'm gonna take it to a buddy of mine's house so he can quote me on the paint. So I'm not gonna talk too much about this one because like I said, this is gonna get his whole own video. That's the new intake manifold sitting right there. Yeah. Okay, it's like 40 degrees this morning, so I'm gonna do a cold start on this one. I remember me and my buddy Steve were playing around with that last year. Well, he has snow. He in Tennessee. So let me see if I can. Yeah, it's acting normal. Oh, I guess it'd help if I plug in the coils. Not gonna stop recording. Cause I remember last time he was like, "Oh, yeah, you stopped recording." So when I pulled the ECU out to change the capacitors, I unplugged the coil board. So let's see if I can get that plugged in with one hand. There we go. All right, let's try it one more time. Hopefully I ain't flooded. I doubt it, but we'll see. Started. Give it a little gas. No, we died. Let's see. I probably should just hop in this damn thing. I just didn't feel like hopping over this goddamn bar. But I'm going to. Ugh. So here is the hatch. I'm gonna start from the front. Let it run, warm up. Like I said, since it's been a minute. All right, so we have what we call a poor man's Type R. So it is a GSR block with a B18 head. The block has been built, so it's been sleeved. It's 84 mil. Head was poured and polished by a company called Portflow back in the day. A lot of stuff is old because I used to be big into it back in the day. So, what else we got sitting on it? Precision 6262 turbo, twin disc clutch. I'm a big fan of competition clutch, so I only use their stuff. eBay intercooler that's been doing this job for many, many years. Tile wastegate, tile blow off, top mount. Deechwork 1300cc injectors. It was running 2 fuel pumps, but I converted over just to one. So right now it's got a Deechworks 420 pump. This one is only on pump gas and race gas. It's about 600 horsepower. Let's see what else. Old school Passport JDM. Got the Edelbrock intake. It does have a few little problems I need to address. I think there's definitely some kind of exhaust going up right up in there, so I'm gonna take a look at that. So basically, I'm gonna give it a nice once over before I give it back to my son. Let's see what else is going on. Like I said, I gotta get a new helmet, new harnesses. Right there, you can see they expired. So part of me just wondering now is the fact that it primed it twice with no problem, but it's crazy. Like before, what it would do is the check engine light would just stay on. You could tell it wasn't priming the fuel pump or doing anything crazy. And then if you waited with the key on for like 5 minutes, then it would finally prime the fuel pump. And then when I open up the ECU, I can see little acid stuff from all the little capacitors. So like I said, I swapped all those out. But I'm still gonna do another ECU just to have as a backup, just in case this ever happens again. And put everything in that one, and then keep this one as the backup. So, but the thing that's throwing me off is when after I replaced all the capacitors in the ECU, tried starting it. Well, it didn't prime the fuel pump right away. It had like a delay. Like it wasn't 5 minutes, but it was like 20 seconds, maybe 10 seconds. But this morning, back to back, didn't do that issue at all. So I'm a little thrown on that one. So I guess if those harnesses come in before, maybe I will take it to IFO. I don't know. I'm gonna debate about it. But as you can see, it's got a carbon fiber, and it's real carbon fiber. I think someone asked me that one time. 3-piece race front end. It is on Toyo Proxy street slicks. I do have straight slicks for the track. If anybody's ever wondering about these tires, these triple R8s, they hook. They do very well on the streets. This is a 15 by, I think 7 or 8 rim. I'm not 100% sure. The tire is a 225 50, I think. Yeah, 225 50 15. Yeah, it says on the inside of the rim what the tire, what the rim size is, but I think it's a 15 by 8 for some reason. So, you know, and it's flush with the fenders. Well, not really flush, but you know, you can see right there, it looks good. The thing is quick. So, I'm going to debate. IFO is next weekend, so I'm going to debate it. I'm really going to debate it. If I'm going to try to take it. I guess if I keep trying to start this ECU and it seems to act right, then I'm probably going to take it. If it does what it was doing the other day after I replaced the resistors, I mean the resistors, but the capacitors, then I'm most likely not. So I guess we'll stay tuned to see if I'm out there. But let me turn the camera around. Okay, but I think that's going to be a wrap for the hatch. So pretty much the only thing I got to do is basic oil change, check the spark plugs, check about that exhaust leak. Maybe it's the clamp. I don't know. I'm gonna look at that and see what's going on and play with this ECU a few more times. Put new harnesses in, and I already got a helmet, so I'm gonna use I don't have the race helmet. I have another helmet that I, take out when I go riding on my bike. That one's I think 2030, certified, or Snell certified. That's what I meant to say. So what I want for a new helmet is a carbon fiber one. They don't sell the carbon fiber one yet. So I was looking at the Race Equip. They got the Pro, I think it's a Pro 25. And they're all just the regular flat black or matte or whatever colors that they basically have. But I've been wanting one of the carbon fiber ones. So I'm going to kind of just wait to see when they drop that one so I can grab that one. But like always, everybody, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. And remember, just trying to get to that 500. So hopefully help me get there and share. And that's it. Thank you. Peace.
Thank you all for watching this here video. Please like and subscribe and follow. Much love from Little Yas to